All right, what's going on? This is TK from Comic Siren, the Gulf Coast CW. We're out here at Chattanooga Comic Convention with one of the legends himself, Bryan Silverbax. How you doing, bud?
I'm doing all right, man. This is my first year at this show. I think this is the second or third year of this show.
Okay.
And this is my first year being here. I was a last-minute addition because someone had a surgery that didn't quite go well, so they couldn't be here. And at the last minute, they said, "We need Mr. Silverbacks," and I was like, let's go.
Hey, as soon as I saw you were coming out here, I was like, all right,
yeah,
CW.
very last minute.
I'm like, get my media badges ready.
Yeah,
I'm heading out to Chattanooga.
Me and Ming hanging out. Like, you can't be, like, we're supposed to be going on a drinking thing tonight.
Oh, yeah, a little pub crawl. I'm joining you all.
Like you get on the little bike thing and you crawl and you go around, and like for 3 hours you go to bars. So let's go.
Yeah, just ride around town.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to that. That'll be fun tonight. Last night there was, they call it midget wrestling, so it's not called small people wrestling, but they had midget wrestling next door last night.
Awesome?
I wanted to go, but I couldn't. Ming bailed and said he didn't want to do it. So I was like, well, I don't want to go by myself.
Right. Have you get to see any other downtown stuff? Like, they have axe throwing down here.
No,
a whole bunch of stuff off of Main Street and Broad Street. It's pretty awesome.
We just went out to get some beer, like John's Burgers and Brew, I think it was called, or something like that.
Okay, all right.
It was a nice burger place, and they treated us really well, so that was nice.
We got some good food.
Yeah,
there.
so tonight is the crawl, and I think that's all we're doing, as far as I know.
That's all Ming told me earlier.
Yeah, well, he was out doing his own crawl last night. But no, so Chattanooga is great. They have an excellent lineup of all these celebrities that are much more cooler than myself on paper. But yeah, so it's great, man. I'm really enjoying it. I just did a panel where I got to moderate it. I was talking about
how awesome was that? I was in
those
the back.
guys were badass,
like,
right?
Cool. Right.
I feel bad because they asked me at the last minute to come do it, and I wasn't familiar with these gentlemen's work. But dude, fucking ballers.
It's pretty cool panel.
Yeah, that was awesome. So I'm just happy to be here. I'm sorry that you guys are watching this and you probably weren't here. You should have been here.
Yeah, and it's day one. You got time. You got time to still get out.
Well, I don't know when you're posting it. Like, if you're posting it now, y'all can be here Sunday. We're here Sunday, I think, until 6.
Yeah.
I think. So, yeah, so come see me. Let's see, we got Alex Ogle, we got Christian, we got Deegan, we got Jason, and I forgot the lady's name at the end. And then we have the creator of Black Panther sitting right next to me. He created Black Panther. He created Static Shock.
Oh, Static Shock. Oh, my God.
This dude right here is a living legend.
You ever see the crossovers on the Batman Beyond where they had Static Shock crossover and come save the day? That was awesome.
If you're into comic books, like, this is the aisle for you. And then if you're into anime voices and stuff like that, but I'm partial to the comic book stuff.
Speaking of comic books, man, you got any new stuff?
No, I
still top
did the
secret.
Creep Show. No, I did the Creep Show. I got nominated for an award since last time we talked, so I went. I didn't win, but I was nominated for a Ringo Award for my last Creep Show cover. So I got my new Creep Show cover, and then I've started doing watercolor art. So I'm starting to do more watercolor paintings.
Branching out there. Awesome.
I just had one released yesterday for Reign of Dracula, and you'd have to check it out. So check out my watercolor stuff and let me know what you think.
All right, awesome. Well, make sure you get out here, check out this event. And hey, before I hop up here, where can people find you on social media?
All right, Bryan with a Y, B-R-Y-A-N, Silverbax, B-A-X, Silver B-A-X. And you can put me in any search engine. You can check out the TikTok, the Instagram, and all that other stuff. So I'm all over the place. All you have to do is look.
Before I do forget.
Yes.
All the times we talk about all your amazing artwork, loggerhead, and everything else, I always forget. Never get a chance / always forget. What's some of your inspirations that make you want to get in art? Like starting out back in the days when you were a kid, man.
What got me into it was the Uncanny X-Men. Is my dad would go to the comic book store because he was a big fan of Fantastic Four and Silver Surfer. And while he was looking at the Fantastic Four and Silver Surfer, I stumbled across Uncanny X-Men, and I just never stopped. Like, that was like seeing Colossus and Rogue and Wolverine. Like, that was the iteration. It was right before the Inferno. It was like 89, 86, somewhere in there is when I found them. And I was like, dude, where have you been my whole life? Like, that's how and I just never left after that. And then when the whole Image thing happened in like 91, 92, like, I was like, oh yes, I'm all about the McFarlane and the Jim Lee and the Eric Larson, like all that shit. I was like, I can do this.
With McFarlane, the Spawn comics, man.
Yeah.
That was That was some cool stuff.
Yeah, so that is where I jumped on in the mid '80s. Uncanny X-Men. That's where I started.
The best time period for comics. Well,
so thank you guys. This is CW Insider.
Get out here.